A 21-year-old man identified by law enforcement reports as Nasire from Maryland was shot and killed by U.S. Secret Service officers after allegedly opening fire near the White House security perimeter in an incident that triggered a major security response and a joint federal investigation into the matter. Well, according to the officials and multiple media reports, the shooting occurred shortly after 6 p.m. local time near 17th Street and Pennsylvania Avenue, NW, just a short distance from the White House. Authorities said that the suspect approached a security checkpoint, removed a firearm from his bag and began firing towards officers stationed at the perimeter. Secret Service personnel immediately returned fire, critically injuring him. He was rushed to the nearby hospital where he later died from his injuries. And during the exchange of gunfire, a bystander was also struck, though officials have not confirmed whether the injury was caused by the suspect or by return fire from law enforcement. And at the time of the incident, US President Donald Trump was inside the White House. He was confirmed to be unharmed. Security forces quickly locked down the area and the surrounding streets were cordoned off as emergency protocols were activated. The U.S. Secret Service, along with the FBI, has launched a formal investigation into the shooting, focusing on both the sequence of events and the suspect's background. Reports from the international news media indicate that Nasire had previously been known to the Secret Service due to multiple encounters near the White House complex. Court records and law enforcement reports also suggest that he had been detained on at least 2 occasions in 2025, including in June after allegedly flagging down agents and making concerning statements, and again in July after entering a restricted area near the White House. He was also reportedly involuntarily committed for psychiatric evaluation following an earlier incident involving obstruction near the complex. Officials described him as someone who had repeatedly attempted to access restricted government areas, drawing attention from federal authorities due to his behavior. Some reports also alleged that he exhibited signs of serious mental health issues and held delusional beliefs, including claims that he was Jesus Christ. Social media content attributed to him reportedly included statements appearing to threaten violence against President Donald Trump, though authorities have not confirmed the authenticity or context of all those posts. The shooting caused immediate disruption in the area around the White House, and journalists nearby reported hearing multiple gunshots, initially mistaking them for fireworks before realizing a security incident was unfolding. Reporters and staff inside the White House complex were instructed to shelter in place as law enforcement secured the perimeter. Tourists and civilians described scenes of panic and confusion as security forces moved quickly to block off surrounding streets. Images from the scene showed a heavy law enforcement presence with crime scene tape, emergency responders and evidence markers spread across the roadway outside the White House complex. Investigators spent hours collecting forensic evidence while federal agencies worked to reconstruct the timeline of the incident. And addressing the situation, US President Donald Trump said that the gunman had a violent history and suggested there may have been a possible obsession with the White House. He also referred to recent security concerns in Washington, D.C., emphasizing the need for heightened protection around federal buildings and stating that national security required the strongest possible safeguards for future administrations. Authorities have not yet determined a clear motive behind the attack, and the investigation remains ongoing as the Secret Service and FBI continue reviewing the suspect's past interactions, mental health history, and actions leading up to the shooting. Further updates are expected as the inquiry develops. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment and subscribe to the channel.